I made faces like the faces on the rocks, and I twisted myself about like the twisted ones, and I lay down flat on the ground like the dead ones. Hey bookworms, welcome back to my channel and to another Halloween video. If you're new here, hi there. On this channel I do book-related videos, mostly reviews but other things as well. And every Halloween I talk about something horror book related. This year is just a horror novel review, but last year, for example, I did a video every week where I reviewed a classic Victorian horror novel. I will link the playlist down below in case you want to check it out. And also stay tuned for next year, Halloween 2025, because I will also be doing a playlist then as well. It's going to be really cool. But now let's talk about The Twisted Ones by Kingfisher. This is a horror novel, obviously, a rather recent one, and in it we have Mouse, which is the nickname of our protagonist, a woman who goes to her late grandmother's house to sort out her belongings. The grandmother was a hoarder, so Mouse has her job cut out for her, and while she stays at the house and organizing, weird things start happening. Strange noises at night that almost sound like regular nature noises. There's a really upsetting sight in the forest, weird stones in the backyard that give an eerie vibe, and Mouse starts suspecting that there's something evil in the area. So as always, I will start with my general opinion and then go into more details. Generally, I liked the book. It was a fun Halloween read, a quick pass-the-time work with a cool protagonist and a solid idea. It is not scary at all, like not one little bit, and it had some really bad writing issues, but it was fun. I know that for some of you, that's all you need to know to make your decision. So if you want to read a horror book because it is scary, that's your non-negotiable, don't read The Twisted Ones. There is one moment in it that I can say was remotely creepy, but if you are a King, Barker, Lovecraft veteran, this book is kid stuff. However, if you just like creepy atmospheres and you're all about some horror-esque fun with a very likable protagonist, sure, read this book. I had issues with it, I will tell you all about them in a second, but I still liked it. I suppose it balanced out its shortcomings with it being quick and enjoyable. But to those of you who want some more details, let's start with the positives. The best thing about this book was definitely the protagonist, Mouse. I honestly liked her. If she existed in real life, I would have loved to be her friend. She's nice, intelligent, just the right amount of quirky, she has a good sense of humor and a good head on her shoulders, which is another positive. She is relatable by reaching the right conclusions and mostly makes good choices. And when she isn't, it's forgivable because, you know, she's just human. And also she was put in a crazy situation. Gone are the days of the idiotic main characters you wish would die, the ones you want to shout at through the pages to open their eyes and activate that one brain cell. I mean, Mouse's personality was also to the book's detriment, more on that in a second, but mostly she made the reading experience nicer. She also really loves her dog and would do anything to protect him, and I appreciate it. Gone are the days of pets being in horror books just to end up as a tragic sacrifice. Bongo the dog was an actual character here. In addition, as mentioned, the book is a fast read, it's not very long, and its pace is quick, so again, it's a great pass-the-time book. But also, I do want to mention that the book not being scary might actually be a good sale point for some people. If your fear threshold is super low, but you still want to read something of that genre, that might be for you. Also, except some brief mentions of sex, this could be youngsters friendly. Not like 13-year-olds, but, you know, 16, 17. However, with all that being said, let's talk now about the book's shortcomings, because it has some. And let's start again with Mouse as the protagonist, because I feel like, ironically, it's also the main issue here. If I had to describe the book's flaws in one sentence, that would be that we have an interesting story told by a person who cannot tell a good atmospheric story if her life depended on it. There's a huge storytelling issue with this book because we have an allegedly horror story told by a fun, quirky person. Can you see an issue here? Her first-person narration is written like how a real person would tell you a story. Start something, then forgetting a detail and correcting it, then going on a little unrelated tangent and saying, "Oh, so where was I?" It was too full of quips and witty one-liners that it ruined any chance of a suspenseful or scary atmosphere. And it wasn't as if she was like that at the beginning and then sobered up as the book progressed. No, when she was in the midst of not knowing if she would survive, she would still find place to write her intrusive thoughts. As much as I liked her, her little tangents got old very quickly and became rather juvenile and anticlimactic. And Mouse's narration isn't the only reason the book isn't scary. The novel also has zero sense of danger, because despite creepy things happening, at the same time, nothing happens. We do have monsters in this book, but they don't do anything. I can't stress this enough. We see zero bad things happen to make us scared. I don't know if I'm getting into spoiler territory here, but we don't even see any character in an actual danger or being hurt in any way by them. I honestly expected a twist where it turns out that the monster just wanted cuddles. Because we have no idea what they're capable of. They don't have any obvious weapons. We don't know if they kill their victims, what they do to them, how they hurt them. Nothing. And adding to that some really badly written descriptions, and I'm even less invested. Because she describes a different world and I don't really understand how it looks like. How are you expected to be scared or even intimidated by a monster if not only it doesn't do anything intimidating, you're also not sure how it looks like? But let's conclude. This was an entertaining Halloween book. I would mostly recommend it for people who want some creepy fantasy but don't want anything that would keep them up at night. For people who find a fun protagonist more important than a well thought out villain and world building. Again, I enjoyed this book despite its many flaws. It's really important for me to stress it out. But it was a mixed bag. Ironically, because Mouse, the character, is an editor, she needed some good editing. Her constant inner monologue and the author's inability to build tension ruined any chance of a true horror atmosphere. It's a shame, but you know what? I'm still curious about the author and would like to read more of her books, so if you have any recommendations, do let me know. And the same goes to some really scary horror books. And that is where I will end this video. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumb up, subscribe to my channel for more bookish reviews and such. Also, check out my description box for more horror-related videos, and let me know what you think of non-scary horror books. An oxymoron or not? Again, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye.